Another communication today in my email inbox. The Brad Wong vehicle statement is one of the most discussed details from the RCMP documents released last fall. Neighbor Bradley Wong told police on May 9th, 2025 that the early morning hours of May 2nd, he heard a loud vehicle, identified as Daniel's, coming and going from the property 3 or 4 times after midnight. He said it would drive off, stop in a distance, and return, all within earshot. This is the exact detail that made a lot of people immediately suspicious that something happened overnight, whether it was bodies being moved or his rug stash, late night activity, etc. What we don't know is whether Bradley Wong was ever given a polygraph. There is no public information that he was. The only polygraphs confirmed in the released documents are the ones Daniel and Maleyha took early on May 12th, which the RCMP initially said indicated that they were being truthful. There were others, of course. The bundle Belynda found during the most recent search that claimed that the items originated from Bradley Wong's property, things he planned to burn, and were deliberately rolled up and placed on someone else's land, is circulating heavily in certain groups. But it has not been confirmed in any official RCMP update or court document released so far. Same goes for any insinuation that Daniel accused Belynda of planting it, or anybody else that I know of. The strip of blanket in a tree is another one of those weird unexplained details that keeps coming up in the documents community discussion. Just like the bundle, it raises eyebrows but lacks a clear public explanation yet. On Bradley Wong's current relationship with Maleyha and the family, this is purely community observation right now. Multiple people, including Janie apparently, have noticed that Brad has gone from being a key witness who reported suspicious vehicle activity to someone who appears to be friendly with or escorting Maleyha and her group, the Scissor Sisters. That shift is genuinely odd. Well, it's odd to a lot of people following this case, especially since his original statement is that his statement's what fueled the midnight car run theories. It's fair to ask why a witness whose testimony could have been important now seems aligned with one side. Witnesses are allowed to talk to anyone, and relationships can change over 11 plus months, but it does raise legitimate questions about potential influence, pressure, or highly changing stories. The bottom line is Bradley Wong's original statement about the vehicle activity remains one of the strongest pieces of circumstantial evidence pointing to something happening the night before the kids were reported missing. The fact that he and others heard the car multiple times after midnight has never been debunked. The RCMP only said they couldn't link it directly to the disappearance with the evidence they had at the time. The bundle, the blanket strip, the sudden friendliness between Brad and Maleyha's circle, these are all additional strange layers in the case that already has way too many of them. Until the RCMP releases more documents or makes arrests, a lot of this stays in the realm of very suspicious but unproven. The core timeline contradictions, especially Maleyha and Daniel's conflicting first day statements about who exactly saw Lily that morning, and the vehicle movements are still, in my mind, the bigger red flags for most people paying close attention. What do you guys listening in think happened with Brad in that sense? Do you feel the same way? Let me read you the email message that came in. About fuckface teabagger, insinuating that Belynda planted the bundle she found during the last search. The items in that bundle came from Bradley Wong's property. He said they were items he was going to burn in his fire pit, but someone deliberately took them, rolled them up, and left them on land owned by the bus driver's wife's sister. It's sort of like the strip of blanket in the tree. Like, WTF does it even mean? But I'm curious, how did Brad Wong, the guy who said he had a party that night, The guy who said he heard Daniel's car coming and going go from being a witness to some questionable activity to being the bodyguard for Fuckface and tour guide to the Scissor Sisters. It's his statement to police that he heard the car that made me think, and a lot more people think, that was Daniel and Maleyha moving the bodies and his rug stash. This is the guy whose testimony could have been important to the court, but won't be now. He doesn't know who was driving that car. It may have been Maleyha, or she could have been with Daniel, but now he is escorting her. Even Janie commented on that. Was he even giving a polygraph after Belynda found his items? First of all, they said that the items weren't significant to anything. I don't have any answers for you. It's a great question. It's a strange dynamic with this Bradley Wong, he being out there. You know, he's not going to be able to change his story. I guess you could, but you know how courts go. If he's going to come in and be a witness, he's going to come and be a witness and testify to his statements he made that day. He can't identify who was driving. So it probably still just stands. The important part is already been out there. Like, his sightings contradict and conflict with Daniel and Maleyha's claim of no vehicular activity coming in and out of there. Could simply be enough. They don't need to keep him up there and have people fall in love with him on the stand. They'll have to see at the time. But if you're trying to create reasonable doubt in the juror's mind in the future, then cross-examination is going to be pretty interesting with Bradley Wong. Let me know what you all think in the comments section below. Peace.